God damn this writer's block. Getting away from the house did nothing. Why the fuck can't I write anything? I've never had writer's block in my life. Deadline's approaching. I don't have time left. Oh, God. God, I'd sell my soul for something to review. What the fuck is this?
Stop! Don't do it, Sol!
PhantomStrider? What the hell are you doing here?
Don't you remember me warning you, Sol? This movie saps the soul out of you and turns it into frat boy fart jokes.
Come on, Phantom. It can't be all that bad. I mean, I've seen some shit in my day. Look, it's made by Shadow Machine, the Moral Oral guys. I mean, it can't be all that bad.
Yeah, Moral was okay, but this is true bottom of the rung. It's the most vile piece of animated garbage since the top 10 worst animated movies. Don't watch this movie, it's terrible.
Well, the hell with that. I'm watching it anyway. I have a schedule to keep.
Fine.
Fine. So anyway.
But not without me. We're watching this garbage pile together.
Well, wait, if it's that bad, why do you want to subject yourself to it too?
Because no one should have to suffer this soul-crushing abomination on their own.
Aw, that's sweet of you, but I don't think you can keep up.
Oh yeah? Watch me. Hell and Back is a stop-motion animated movie produced by Shadow Machine Productions, directed by Tom Guyanis and Ross Sherman, and was distributed by Freestar, releasing in 2015, to a thankfully disappointing turnout at the box office.
Alright, that's enough of that. So, if you're so insistent to help me, are you ready to dive into the depths of this animated abomination, as you so call it?
I'm ready, Sol. Let's go.
So the plot of this movie is that a bunch of 20-something idiots who work at a carnival spend their nights spouting off obscenities, dick jokes, fat jokes, and any other low-hanging fruit of the comedy world you can think of until stuff actually happens.
And what actually happens? Get this. Remy, the main character, gives his friend Kurt a mint in exchange for a blood oath to pay him back with another mint. A mint? Really? This is among the stupidest premises for a movie I have ever seen. Did the writers just have a pack of Mentos on their desk and decide they would just make that the plot for the movie? And of course, our sad frat boy Kurt doesn't have a mint, so he gets sucked into hell for violating the blood oath.
Remy, along with his fat friend Augie, follow Kurt into hell and try to rescue him before... I actually don't know. Bottom line, hell is bad, go rescue friend while getting into shenanigans loosely tied together with sex jokes and unnecessary amounts of swearing. Yeah, I mean, who the fucking bastard shit cunt fuck does all that swearing in their day-to-day lives? Am I right, Strider?
I know I sure do. Fudge nuggets, hamburgers, and Fraggle Rock, and tofu.
Tofu? Tofu's not a swear word.
Well, I really don't like tofu. Have you ever tasted tofu? It tastes like some sort of anti-flavor that sucks the life out of any flavor around it on the dish. I deal with crap over tofu any day.
Anyway, what do you think of the plot itself?
Honestly, the plot made me cringe most of the time. I have never seen a professionally made movie meander along so much and act so strangely indecisive before. Satan is, of course, trying to get laid, and he then forgets to kill Kurt. Then he remembers. Then he doesn't because Kurt's giving him business ideas. Then he wants to kill him again. It's like I'm watching a 16-year-old rich kid pick their hairdo for the club. By the end, I was so bored I'd phased out to some sort of mentally dead state where I didn't remember anything beyond how relieved I was when the credits started. Truly, that was a moment in life to celebrate, but I will mourn the passing of the 90 minutes I will never get back.
Well, I agree with you mostly that the plot wobbles all around and has a hard time keeping focus because of its careless and nonchalant nature, but it isn't completely bereft of semi-interesting ideas, such as running hell like a business. Honestly, I'd like to see an animated series with just that premise, but unfortunately here, it just gets tossed aside for more rape jokes. Lots and lots of rape jokes. And speaking of unwanted violation of my innocence, let's talk about the characters now, shall we?
A sexual assault joke? Huh. For shame, Sol. We don't need to sink to their level.
Sorry.
I'll stick the censors on you, Sol.
Gee, sorry, Mom! Let's just move on, shall we? Our first delightful character is Remy, a douchebag who douchebags around with his fellow douchebags, excrementing humor so lowbrow that his brow smashes right through the floor and tunnels all the way to the core of the earth. But beyond his immature attempts at humor, he carries himself with a disaffected frat boy attitude that just makes me want to punch him in the face.
Augie just seems to serve no other real purpose than to be a constant fat joke for the movie. All they seem to do in the movie is make fun of him for being a virgin and unattractive, which seems like the general sad basis for much of the humor in this movie.
And of course, as we all know, a person's value is dictated by how thin they are and how much sex they have. Everybody knows that. Or, well, at least this movie seems to think that.
Absolutely, Sol. If American Pie has taught us anything, it's that the true value of a person comes from how many people they've done the higgly-jiggly with.
True dat. True dat.
As for Kurt, he's somehow even more backstabbing and mean-spirited than Remy. We start his character growth by him refusing to return a mint to Remy. Jeepers, that's a bad premise for a movie. Then continue on with him making fun of Satan's business and art. It was an odd feeling as Remy and Augie were trying to rescue him, because I honestly didn't want to see him rescued. I wanted to see him sacrificed and burnt.
Next we've got Dima, a half-demon girl who's pretty much just a girl, and that's it. Not helped by the fact that she's played by Mila Kunis, so all I can think to say through the whole thing is just...
Shut up, Meg.
Yeah, those are my thoughts as well. The entire basis of her character seems to be this novelty that she is a woman and in the masculine role of being a demon. And as you said, all you can hear is Meg due to a distinct lack of personality beyond the badass girl.
Oh, there's also the devil himself, who's a bit of a wimp and a shithead in this, and he wants to bang an angel. Yep, that's the extent of his character. And lastly, there's Orpheus, who is probably the worst fucking character I've seen since Davy from 8 Crazy Nights. He does nothing but spew verbal diarrhea like an intoxicated frat boy, talk about how he was anally violated by a tree, and generally just be the worst human in existence. I hate this guy so fucking much that I would rather swim in an ocean of elephant feces than listen to him talk ever again.
And of course, he's a misogynistic scumbag that seems to have no character development whatsoever beyond being a jerk. His body language is this constant thrusting motion, and the butt of the joke seems to be that he treats Dima like a sex object. What a surprise! The one woman that was unfortunate enough to take part in this sad, drunkard toilet of a movie is treated like a sex object. And of course, Orpheus fits right in with our heroes.
But hey, at least he isn't singing.
As a young boy, I found solace in till that fateful day.
God damn it, okay, fine, just move on,
To what?
The good things, I guess. Just move on to the good things.
Define good. I've yet to even experience tolerable in this movie.
Well, when I say there are good things in this movie, I mean to say that there is one good thing in this movie, and that would be the stop motion. This movie was produced by Shadow Machine, the guys who animated shows like Moral Orel and Robot Chicken, so it's neat to see their more simplistic style incorporated into a cinematic format. I mean, you gotta try real hard to make me dislike stop motion. What do you think, mate?
Well, to be honest, to me, the animation falls slightly into the uncanny valley. I can see effort was put into it, particularly the backgrounds of hell, but the puppet doll-like appearances of the faces just creeped me out.
Is that it?
Yep, that's about the sum of anything remotely positive in this sad excuse for a movie.
You just want to get to the bad things, don't you?
Well, it's like comparing a grain of gold to a tsunami of crap. The latter is so overwhelming that it's hard to see beyond it.
Fair enough. Care to begin?
This movie is just an insult to anyone with an IQ higher than a cheese stick. The frat boy characters are just one big sick joke, meant to troll the viewers, and the story is so poorly written that it makes Barney the dinosaur look like an epic, complicated piece of masterwork by comparison.
Yeah, you make a good point. This is the kind of movie that does not treat you like a thinking human being or regard you with any sort of respect. It absolutely revels in its own immaturity to the point where it can't possibly be funny. Now, I'm no snob, I'll laugh freely at things like Drawn Together, or even Family Guy, but only when the jokes have actual effort. This movie never adheres to the adage that just because you can doesn't mean you should. And just because you can attempt to amuse with nothing but swearing, sex jokes, and shock humor doesn't mean you should.
But the humor goes beyond anything funny. In fact, let's play a game, Sol. Let's play Spot the Joke.
Yeah, alright. That sounds like fun.
I know I may be old and wrinkly, but my power can provide.
Really?
So can my vagina. Not my breasts so much. They've been used and abused.
You know what? I take one look at you and my dick hops out of my pants, goes and gets a gun and blows the head of its own dick off.
Sweaty in all the right places.
What they call that one move? Dog down.
She can get her feet behind her ears.
She can put her legs behind her fucking neck and walk home on her ass. She's making her body into that alphabet right there on that yoga mat. A, B, C, D.
And she's spelling out fuck me.
Of course she is.
I don't need friends anymore. You know what I mean? I need bros. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? Wake up, see my bros in the bunk bed above me, play video games, then we order some za. We eat it with all of our bros together, high-fiving after each bite. Then we all take a shit together. We have a bathroom with 5 toilets, everyone making eye contact while reading Maxim. And the next day we do the same thing. So
This isn't funny!
I think your game might be broken, Strider.
I think it's the movie that's broken, Sol.
Well, anyway, let's wrap up this shit show, shall we?
Lead the way, my friend. Would you recommend this sad excuse for a movie to any of our viewers?
Fucking hell, no, I wouldn't. Unless you're very drunk, or high, or something of the like. This movie is just a non-stop barrage of infuriatingly dull humor with all the swear words ever clumsily crowbarred in to try and force out some shock humor laughs, but it fails on every regard. The plot is plotting, the characters are horrendous, and beyond the neat stop-motion animation, absolutely nothing is enjoyable about this farcical, rotten fetus corpse of a movie. Well, okay, I think that about wraps things up.
Yup. I'd say so, Sol.
Thanks for joining me and everything, Strider, but, you know, the movie really wasn't as bad as you said it would. I mean, you said this movie was gonna steal my soul, and it...
Are you saying it didn't?
Well, of course it didn't steal my soul, because I have no soul to steal in the first place.
Alright then. Thanks for having me, Sol.
Want to stay up to date with all the latest EyeofSol news? You can follow me on Twitter as well as on Facebook at twitter.com/EyeofSol299 and facebook.com/EyeofSol. I update them every day, so if you want to check out news on the show as well as updates, just follow the links here. Hey everybody, thanks for watching our review of Hell and Back. I hope you enjoyed it. Big special thanks to PhantomStrider for joining me on this review. It was a lot of fun to meet you and a lot of fun to do this with you. If you could like and share this video, we'd really appreciate it, or if you want to check out our various social media sites, you can see our links in the description below. If you have an idea for an animated series or movie you want me to comment on, you can leave me a message in the YouTube comments on any one of my social media sites, or just let me know in any way you can think of to let me know what you want to see, and I will add it to my list. Okay? Thanks again for watching everybody, and I will see you next week on this channel for another review.